Plans by the Labour government to deport children and their family has sent panic and anxiety to a lot of immigrant community. This is very, very serious. Report in the news stated that the government has sent letters to immigrants that they will be forcibly handcuffed and deported, and their children could be restrained. Some of these families have just been given 7 days to leave the UK, and there is no option according to the government. Now, whilst this is happening, report in the Guardian newspaper recently shows that migrants are rushing to apply for British passports because of the fear of Nigel Farage. According to the report, it says the number of people being granted citizenship since Labour came to power has surged to the highest level since 2013. It says here, the main purpose is because of the fear. I spoke with a woman who told me that she was held for 3 hours when she was coming. Just one mistake on her indefinite leave to remain, she would have been deported. So because of that, a lot of immigrants who never thought about applying for indefinite leave to remain are now having second thought, especially as Nigel Farage has said, I will scrap indefinite leave to remain from day one when I come to office. Now, the families have been told that they have deadlines and they have to leave the UK, and many of these family, they have children, young children who are settled here, who have lived in the UK. Some of them speak with a British accent, and they thought that this is their home because they are settled here, but now they have been told, no, you are not British, you're not settled here, your parents don't have the right papers, you have to go. This father said, my daughter was devastated. She is sitting for GCSE, preparing for her GCSE exam. The family have lived in the UK for several years. He said their world collapsed when they received this letter from the Home Office. The man said they could not believe it. He told the Guardian newspaper, he said, my wife is totally shocked under a blare of grief, sobbing at the idea of leaving this country that has been our home for the last years. My daughter had to leave behind all her dreams of graduating from school and passing GCSE with flying colors. We are completely devastated, tremendously scared. It's as if an atomic bomb has exploded around our world. Our small world has crumbled to our feet. Hope is no longer a chance. Another parent of a teenage boy said she was terrified about the world would happen to her and her son, as if it had to go back to their home country. Both my son and I are on medication for depression, anxiety, and now this news has added to our situation. The woman said the fear of returning back to her home country is giving her sleepless night, according to the woman. The woman said she has asked for more time, but the Home Office have told her, no, this is the new rule. Some people have said the Labour government is doing all these things to try to sound like reform and also act like reform, that they are chasing reform voters by all means, and they are appealing to reform voters, say, oh, you do not need to vote for reform because we're already doing everything that reform promised you that they are coming to do. Why don't you stick to us? Because we are doing it right now, and we are making sure we're going hardcore on immigration. That is all politics. That is what is driving all this. This one said officials have warned families that they will be forcibly removed from the UK. Parents were told that they will be handcuffed. Imagine witnessing your parents being handcuffed. They haven't committed a crime. They came to the country and now they have been forcibly removed from the country. Also, children could be physically restrained because the child might want to intervene and say, leave my parents. And then they will be restrained. That is happening. Critics said this could be traumatizing for families who would go have to witness this. Why some people said the government is saying, look, we had to do what we had to do. Last year we spent billions on families in the UK who are claiming all sorts of benefit. They're not supposed to be here. Let us now look at the implication of this policy on the people that are going to be affected. It signals stricter deportation enforcement in the UK. It could trigger legal challenge on human rights grant. Also, it risks increasing tension between the government and migrant community, may influence future immigration reform, and also could shape political debate around migration and future election, because as you can see, every time in the UK right now, we're heading towards election. In a few years' time, everybody is all trying to appeal to the voters that we are the one that could address your concern about immigration. Let us hear the views of British people online. This gentleman said, unless they document them as they live, which they won't do through human rights, what is stopping Mr. Bubu taking £40,000, waiting a few months, and then returning as Mr. Bongo to get another easy payday? They will see it as a good character choice for a regular joy. Leah said, this scheme is designed to flood the country with refugees. They will be looking to get massive pay. It is actually code and calculated. I wouldn't be surprised if they purposely not fail and any application. Let us now listen to the view of Diane Abbott, the MP who has been in the Labour Party for more than almost 27 years. Before she defected, she's now a member of the independent. She now sits in the House of Parliament as an independent MP. She said, Enoch Power is the famous conservative politician who in 1968 gave the Rivers of Blood speech where he said immigrants are coming to invade the UK in 1968. So this debate about migration is not something that started now. It started more than 300 years ago. Even before black people arrived on this shore, there was already debate. Go and read the Poor Law. You will understand what is the deserving and undeserving poor. Now, she said, Enoch Power would have approved of all these immigration rules and practice. Donald Trump would probably approve it if he knew of them. But they are being implemented under a Labour government. A Labour government. Families given a week to choose to leave. Now, mark this. What is your view? How do you feel? Knowing full well that children could be restrained and witness their parents being handcuffed and forcibly deported from the UK. Are you one of the governments? Are you one of the supporters of the government that think that this policy is long overdue? That yes, at least the government is finally waking up. Let me know what your views are about this topic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Follow us for the latest immigration and diaspora news. Thank you for your support.